The sextant matrix is a part of the more advanced bio-clock function of the human light-body system, of which has been tampered with and damaged through metatronic reversal. The sextant matrix runs metatronic reversal frequencies in our monadic layers of light-body, which compact our consciousnesses and harm the body on the biological time clock of death. It is the instrument used to measure and set the angle and rotation of the energetic current between the gender centers in the various positions throughout the holographic template. When our gender center is splitting apart the internal polarity of energies, it is the sextant matrix which is inoperable, damaged or broken. This is why our bodies die on Earth with excessive molecular compaction, an aging disease. The sextant matrix function is to designate the measurement of spherical angles and rotation of the counter-spiraling energies that ultimately create a functioning Merkaba layer at each completed harmonic triad level. 3D, 6D, 9D, 12D. Ultimately, the sextant matrix function is to unify the internal polarity of energies through merging the gender centers and, like an opening an umbrella, create the field burst which extends outward the Merkaba field layer. The sextant matrix has been targeted by the NRG gender splitter technologies, and is a part of complex systems in which there are intended repair projects for the NRG-related gender and sexual damage that is in the human physical body and light body. Until we can heal metatronic reversal in the monadic body, the sextant matrix clock harms our biological functioning, increases aging disease, and is the reason we physically die. This level of the blockage and quarantine is what is referred to as the 666 seal and is a genetic block in the sixth-dimensional frequency layers residing within the 6D indigo ray and 7D violet ray monad or oversoul bodies and crown chakra, which is referred to as our wings. At the beginning of monadic level integration, this 666 implant or Templar seal can be removed from the human light body. Essentially, this relates to the trauma of having our wings cut off from our light body and is related to the curse of Yahweh. This fact is what created many of the fallen angelics and the Watchers trapped in the earth. This generated the artificial timelines being run by the fallen angelic timekeeper. Curse of Yahweh is related to Ezekiel and to the sextant matrix that was used to shorten the human lifespan and kill the body. Bones were collected upon the death of the body to create a more sinister way to trap the human consciousness. Thus, trapping the consciousness through the dead body's bones that are buried down here in the earth. This has happened to Ezekiel, and he is held in place through his religious prophecy, which is an alien construct in the earth. This is very important in the timeline of body elemental corruption. The sextant matrix is equal to degrading the elementals and to the corruption coded into the mitochondria and DNA as miasms. Molecular compaction. The planetary magnetic field is the mechanism by which excessive molecular compaction was being generated by the Na machinery to keep carbon matter locked down in time loops within extremely low frequencies and density. The magnetic field binds the mathematical programs and light symbol codes into the Earth's holographic matrix and grid system to run specific archetypal patterns and extremely low qualities of consciousness energy, such as the artificial red wave pulses. Gravitational corruption. Like electromagnetic waves, gravitational waves have different wavelengths due to the source and the observer effects, and they can be used to warp space-time. This has been a serious issue for this planet under the control of an artificial magnetic field broadcast from the lunar or moon matrix, as well as the black hole technologies used for gravitational corruption. Gravity is a cause of space-time warping, which is one way to describe the war happening for control over the timelines. or the intended molecular compaction and control over physical matter, versus the struggle for freedom beyond the artificial timelines used to suppress and enslave human consciousness. Gravitational waves can pass through matter without being diffused or spread apart, and this allows gravitational waves to carry information from space or from the cosmic structure to a body. Or in our case, to realign the planetary magnetic and gravitation field outside of the manipulation of alien technologies, such as the gravitron. The sextant matrix is the instrument used to measure and set the angle and rotation of the energetic current between the gender centers in various positions throughout the holographic template. When our gender center is splitting apart the internal polarity of energies, it is the sextant matrix that is made inoperable, damaged or broken. Aging disease is the phantom or dead spaces that the Na controller forces through archontic deception behavior siphon our planetary energy into. They do this through the manipulation of the bi-wave polarity fields and rotation of the electron particle by forcing the energy flow in disproportionate channels that feed their intended source. This has created much damage in our nervous system, planetary brain and earthly kingdoms. One level of this damage is to aggressively age the human bodies in a process of molecular decay, which is the result of the compaction and reversals in the planetary field. Metatronic reversal means to digress from the original Christos divine blueprint of the 12-tree grid and manifest Antichrist life forms. When the original creation program of the crystal code from God source is altered or modified in any way, the ability to self-regenerate and ascend is interrupted, leading to fallen consciousness and potential destruction. Altering the crystal code creates limited supply of energy in the light body, and the modified coding cannot circulate or receive any more energy directly from the eternal God source. The Metatronic or Antichrist being has to suck energy from other entities, systems, and progressively consumes itself, therefore, eventually comes to the end of the cycle and has a finite lifespan. Metatronic reversal is an entropic system of architecture intended to digress consciousness from the original Christos divine blueprint of the 12-tree grid, and manifest the closed source system of Antichrist life forms. When the original creation program of the crystal code from God source is altered or modified in any way, the ability to self-regenerate and ascend is interrupted, from the loss of energy present. This eventually leads to energetic collapse or internal implosion of the blueprint system, which manifests as fallen consciousness and then potential annihilation. The black substance that manifests in the lower dimensions is connected to streams of unconscious impersonal forces, elementals and husks that enmesh with the lower spirit hierarchies. This is one way to understand how an excessive amount of black substance that makes up hungry ghosts, shadow creatures, and satanic hierarchies, became buried and trapped in the earth body. Metatronic reversals connect to metatronic implants in the shadow body or negative form that are designed to reverse and drain life force out of the earth body and the human body. The shadow body or negative form must be cleared from the human light body in order to reconnect the ascending potential of the 12th dimensional template of the human body. This unnatural configuration was built by the Na via alien machinery that uses artificial intelligence to parasitize the Earth's life force to achieve immortality, and this organized structure is referred to as the Tree of Artificial Life, or the Black Tree of Life. The Electric Wars and Orion Wars are the timelines known as the time of Metatronic reversal, where the electron fields descended into heavy distortion patterns and energy current reversals, splitting the monadic bodies apart in our universal system. This also generated a split in the mental body layers, which induced fragmentation and increased miasma and diseased states. The splitting of the monadic bodies was kept in place by a double looping, closed system of bipolar geometry structures which would siphon life force and enforce frequency fences. This structure is also in the Golden Eagle network and keeps that structure operating as a bipolar geometry, which directly impacts the brain and mental body functioning of all human beings on Earth. The monadic staff would break apart and fragment before any assimilation or integration of the spiritual bodies could take place in the physical body identity. Much of this grid damage was the result of terrible wars and killing that occurred through the abuse of technology, such as the Armageddon software program, that also occurred in the higher dimensions during the Galactic Wars. As these timelines become remembered through awakening and the cellular memories become unpacked on the Earth, psychological manipulation may be targeted to suppress the male's awakening that are based in these previous histories that include war memories. This particular timeline manipulation through artificial intelligence is a war and militarization program with an enforcer to protector archetypal mind control broadcast. It's a twisted game to trick the males on the Earth to believe that he is protecting his domain for freedom and liberty, when he really is being used as a pawn to enforce the ongoing rape and killing of his own global family members on the Earth.